Getting ready for the first visit by a US Secretary of State to an illegal Israeli settlement. The Sagot winery had named a blend for Mike Pompeo after he declared a year ago a change in American policy, no longer viewing Israeli settlements as contrary to international law.
It's a strong statement against all of those, whatever, court decisions and the people around the world saying that we are illegal.
As Pompeo arrived, his State Department was announcing new policy, requiring all settlement-made goods to be labelled as Israeli when entering the US market. A declaration of sorts that, annexed or not, the US sees settlements as Israeli territory.
This US administration is not biased towards the occupation, it's a partner in the occupation. We've seen it all before. His visit didn't surprise us at all.
Pompeo posted photos of his tour on his Twitter feed, saying he hoped not to be the last US Secretary of State to make such a visit. The view from the Palestinian side, very different. The city of Al-Bireh is home to a large number of dual US-Palestinian citizens for whom the settlement of Sagot is their stolen land.
I couldn't even get close to the settlement. I would be putting myself and anybody around me in physical harm. So it's been since the 70s since my family got to visit their own land.
For all the controversy attached to this visit by Mike Pompeo to the settlement, and for all of his talk about a possible second Trump administration, this visit to Israel has had the atmosphere of something of a goodbye tour. And that was detectable in the statement that he and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave in Jerusalem. The two men went over a litany of Trump achievements on behalf of Israel. Pompeo was eager to show that the well had not yet dried up.
We will regard the global anti-Israel BDS campaign as anti-Semitic. I know this sounds simple to you, Mr. Prime Minister. It seems like a statement of fact, but I want you to know that we will immediately take steps to identify organizations that engage in hateful BDS conduct and withdraw U.S. government support.
The boycott, divestment and sanctions movement rebutted the accusation, saying it rejected anti-Jewish racism. Pompeo ended his tour in the Golan Heights, considered occupied land under international law, but sovereign Israeli territory by a US administration that continues to make radical shifts on Mideast policy with just 2 months left in its term. Fawcett, Al Jazeera in the occupied West Bank.